Okay, so first, I guess, tell me a little bit about what you're thinking about him.
I definitely notice that when he's doing what he needs to be doing, he shows some good signs of monitoring.
Okay.
I think he showed signs of monitoring for structure, like when he started with there and self-corrected it for
Yes.
they to make it make sense.
Yeah.
He showed some good monitoring when he did the looked and looks and making sure it made sense.
Mm-hmm.
He did some monitoring of meaning using the picture
Yes.
part of the meaning for swings and slides. So I do think that he does have some of that monitoring going on.
And at this point, structures are tricky for him. You could tell that even in his writing.
In his oral language,
In
you
oral
can
language.
tell.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that when you were having conversation. He's a child that is going to need to talk more because I think part of that structure is going to come from that talk.
Okay.
You do an amazing job of getting him to talk and giving him wait time because it really was hard for him to get that out, what he
Yes.
did with swimming.
Very hard.
Yeah.
And he was so excited about it.
Yeah, but did you notice then what he went to for the story was probably not the most exciting part of it, and it's probably a safety
Okay.
for him. So if there's and right now that's probably okay because those words, he's not fast. We're just building that extension of I can do things fast, I can know them well, those kinds of things. But I'm just wondering if it feels like he's not wanting to write, if we can get him excited about the topic more. Because he was saying a lot of other things, like he was put his head under the water and he was underneath something, and then he went to whatever it was. I wear flippers and a jacket.
Okay.
Which maybe that was fun for him. I don't. Well, it was. He talked about that too. But so that talk.
Okay.
And I know you said you talked to him on the way up here, and he's going to need more people in the building that will talk and allow him to talk. Because I'm wondering what kind of talk he gets in his family structure.
Yes.
So,
And
yeah, okay. Right. I get that. So, as far as monitoring and as far as doing some work, if he is rereading and he's using pictures and he's starting to notice when things don't match, I feel like at the beginning you said you want him to start using that first letter, and did we see any evidence of that? I don't know if I marked anything down. Okay, so I think that
other than home and here.
Right, he did use that. Yep. But there were places, I'm thinking that he didn't attempt anything. He did the,
Yes.
shutdown.
Yes.
So I'm thinking once you give him a really succinct, put your finger in and say that first letter, he will probably use meaning to get himself going more. Because right now I think he sees it as I look at that word and I don't know it and I don't know what to do.
Okay.
So I think that's a really good goal for your predictions of progress is to use that first letter, but I think he's going to need more modeling and maybe that scale of help with either the
Bring the
letter out or whatever so that he knows go to it. Probably. Yeah, okay, so the boxes thing. So he can hear and record pretty fast, but how about on longer words? Can he do that? Like the one he was doing was a little longer word.
Yeah. No. And
his oral language doesn't produce the right sounds.
no,
phonemes?
it doesn't. It
Okay.
doesn't. He needs me to say it to hear the right phonemes.
Okay. So then it's a question for you of whether, and he's only in his second lesson, so I'm afraid to go away from sound boxes too fast.
Okay.
But if that isn't a helpful thing for him, and he's picking up words and wants to be a word learner,
Okay. And
then maybe letterboxes before too long is a better bet.
okay.
Because it's, you see what I'm saying? I'm like,
Yeah.
he can hear and record the sounds probably that he produces, but if you have to produce them for him, maybe we need to get him more orthographic faster.
Like Father Bear, for example, he would have definitely wrote a D for the TH, even
Fodder.
though he
Yeah,
knows
'cause he says
TH and
fodder.
the, I
Mhm.
could have said it's like the, and then he would have been able to do
Okay.
that. But if he would have written the D like father,
Right.
the way he
Right.
says it,
Yep. Yep.
and that's true with a lot of words that he writes.
Okay. So probably playing with more words with you try some of those shorter words with orthographic
Okay.
things. Let him write what he knows about the sounds, but then maybe show him more about what that looks like,
Okay.
and see if he can start to pick up just learning more words faster.
Okay.
And what I was saying about the box is do you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like the background is the only thing that should be yellow or light colored,
Yes.
so that the letters pop
Yes.
out. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I got it. I was flustered by that.
It's okay. I know you were, but you have such a good demeanor with him. It's so calming, and so like, it was perfect at the end that you honored the fact that he did persevere through
Yeah.
that book.
Yeah.
And
He does not like to be told.
no, I could tell.
And that's another where I struggle a little bit with the, like with Ella, I could say, give it a go, now let me show you.
yeah.
And with him, after he gives it a go and then I show him, then he's mad. Because
Yeah. Okay.
or
so,
sometimes I feel like if I would just do it to start,
yeah.
but then I'm just enabling him to rely on me. So it's
Right.
a hard balance to find.
Yep. Then playing with that balance and trying to figure out. Yeah.
Okay.
But so even in prompting and reading, will he take specific, like, you can try it this way?
Yeah, he had been
Okay.
today. I know I've been hearing since this morning he's been having
Okay.
a hard day.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if that was part of it today.
Yeah.
And this is the first time that I've experienced this with him. And this is what Kelly had said.
Okay.
She experienced the whole time, so I don't know if it's a bad day or if it's the
Yeah. Well,
my grace period is over and now he's
But it's also you're expecting a little more of him.
Mhm.
So playing with that. I just had a conversation with another teacher today, who she said the child is like getting angry now, and they're just into lessons where she's like, I have to get him to try some things, and for him it was a pure shut off and turn around and I'm not doing it type of thing. And I kind of like our emotion and our memory and all of that I was talking about, I said, you almost need to take time, like, back away from this and address that emotional piece. So, and I'm not saying he's there yet.
No, but I
But if
felt like
it-
he was about to be.
Yeah. So then it is like just turning him away from, like, get this away, turn and just say, you know what? I want to figure out what's making you frustrated. Why are you frustrated? What's going on? How can I help you when you feel like this?
Okay.
But that being said, somehow saying we're working as a team here, so you've got to try some things, and I'm really going to try to understand
Okay.
when you feel like that,
Okay.
because otherwise you keep going and what you're doing isn't changing.
Okay. Yeah, I
those
do,
kinds of
and-
kids are really tricky, but if we don't address that emotional piece,
Mhm. I don't know that he knows how to handle his frustrations. And when he was brought to progress monitoring last week, as for that concern, the academic concern, we know a lot of it's a lack of instruction, but the behavior concern of the frustration levels, and I suggested that he maybe needs to be taught.
Yeah.
Here's 3 ways I can handle my
Yes.
frustrations, and the suggestion was for him to have a self-monitoring, not a true check-in, check-out. He doesn't meet the data rule for anything like that, but like a self-monitoring. Did I do this in the morning? Did I do this in the afternoon, or whatever it is? But I don't know that they're going to try that. But I
Yeah.
think I could still try it in here.
You could.
When you're frustrated, you could do this.
And see, the thing is, you have a really great opportunity right now because you're right in the moment with him when it's going on. So to even teach him that self-extending, like, okay, I can start to feel this in me, like, I don't get it. So first you have to identify when is it he's feeling like that. Is it, and you could say, I'm trying to figure out when it is that you do that, and it's when something seems hard. Am I right? And get him to identify that, and then say, okay, so if it's hard, that's what my job is, so I can help support you. So you have to let me know without that, like some way to let me know that it's hard, and then you need a way to help yourself.
Okay.
So you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like he's gonna learn some ways, but he almost needs the
Needs to be
steps
taught.
towards it.
Yeah.
Yes.
He doesn't know. I don't think he knows how to do that, and I don't think he
it's
is
his
learning
default.
that at home
Yeah, his
either, so-
default is to go,
Yeah.
you know, like that. So we have to change that default and get him rolling in a different direction. And he's not quite there, but if today keeps up,
Yeah.
then you're going to probably be there before the end of the school year.
And I
so.
think pulling him in the morning is always my best option.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so he's good. And Ella, I'm gonna shut this off. We don't need